the last Ultimate Pool season. Oh, that's been coming. He has been absolutely blasting that break all night. And cue ball off the table, to be honest, is not a huge surprise.
It's not, and
we should explain at this point though, it's a massive problem for him because it's cue ball in hand anywhere on the table. If you're going off into a corner pocket, cue ball behind the line. If you jump it off the table, that's a standard foul and it's cue ball in hand anywhere, and it is such an advantage.
it is, although with this layout,
it probably wouldn't have mattered.
I don't think it would have made too much. If you said to Carl, you've got this layout, but cue ball's got way behind the line, he would have put the cue ball on the ball at the top here, and the one he's just played would have been a little drop in the middle, and then he would have been away from there. But he's actually not played the best of first shots here. He may be a touch straight. I think he's got just enough to force it out. Yeah, he was a touch straight, but it's not really a problem for him.
If you are just joining us, this is our final match tonight. These two are the last ones standing. Both can still qualify. Carl Cope will go through to the last 16 of the Champions League with a draw or a victory in this match. Tom Cousins needs a win and then needs to get his dancing shoes on because it's 6 red shootout time. He's going to need to win that if he wants to qualify.
Happy enough to leave this angle. 8 ball go right centre.
Yeah, he's just come round to have a look at it. Confirms his suspicions. And simple as you like for Carl Cope. Yeah, it's potentially a perfect start.
Excellent break. Serves a ball. Oh, he's got the wrong one.
Oh, how would you like it?
He's got the wrong ball, and oh, these are lovely.
Doesn't it just show you what a silly game this is sometimes? Because Carl Cope has hit an objectively great break there. And he's been punished in largely the same way as Tom Cousins did in the last frame, for hitting an objectively terrible break.
And he's left, I mean, the cue ball stayed on, it didn't jump off the table, so it was cue ball behind the line, but he's left every bit as simple a finish for Tom as Tom left for him.
Yeah, these won't be missing.
It'd be a major surprise if he does.
Sometimes be guilty of almost talking a finish in before the 8 ball has landed, but such is the confidence that Tom Cousins has given us over the last couple of years or so. You just have full faith in TC. It just gives you so little reason to ever doubt him.
Especially in a layout like that as well.
One and never in doubt. I think it makes a sort of a difference.
I do. I think for this time the cue ball stays on the table and ball's flying in. I do. I think Kyle will be going into the 6 red, if it was to happen, Kyle would be going into it on a negative and Tom on a positive, and I do think that makes a difference.
That's the Tom Cousins break, by the way, folks. That's what he's trying to do every time. It's not quite, believe it or not, been on it tonight. He's been a little bit off, bizarrely, but he's still broken enormously. The power has been there, just the control at times has been a little lacking. That was perfect. And the next bit is unquantifiable, because you can have big breakers, but I don't think anyone breaks as big as Tom in the sense of the amount of sort of routine splits he seems to leave. You can't put a number on that, you can't quantify it, it's just a feeling, but the amount of times Tom Cousins breaks and comes back to the table with his playing cue in hand, and you just think, that's another one on the board.
I agree with you, but also to me that highlights the quality of Tom in open play as well, because part of the reason why he's the best player is simply because he attacks his bad balls so early. So often he'll have a big break and he'll have maybe one problem ball, or he'll have something that needs to be done. He'll do it immediately. So you're sort of keeping an eye on a frame and on a match, and you think, oh, this, because he's mopping the last 4 or 5 up and they're routine, but he's done the work so early, so often. So even when he does have work, it kind of goes a little bit under the radar.
He's got a little bit of work here, actually.
Yeah, he was trying to get on the one to bottom left there, I think, and isn't quite there. A little bit surprised he didn't try and deal with both at the top of the table back to back. I guess he had more angle than he wanted. I suspect, actually, the way he played it, that he was trying to make both balls in that top left-hand corner as he played that last shot.
He did just have a straight enough angle to nip it back. There's a few blockers in the way of this red to the top left, though.
He never would have wanted to leave it for his last ball. That's the thing. That's why I think he was trying to get rid of both of the reds in the same shot previously.
Yeah, this window is quite small. There's quite a few windows, but they're all about as small as each other. I don't think he can leave it close to the cushion and hit that gap, because I think he's too thin on it. And the other two, either side of the 8-ball, he needs to be pretty good here. How is he? Oh, I think he's full ball snookered.
Yeah, and he wouldn't have wanted to come this far across. I think he might have been playing the cannon on the yellow.
Yeah, I think so.
Because then he gets the... Because he is fully snookered. There you go. So he's in a bit of bother here. Because even if he can find the red, he's got to get the cue ball back out.
Oh, bit of turn here. Cushion first. In it goes. How's your cue ball? Oh, what a brilliant recovery shot that is.
Oh, he's going to be full ball hampered though, isn't he? He's not through the gap. He's right over the top of this yellow. Not right over. He's just to the side of it. Still a little bit hampered.
Not that you'd know it. Tom Cousins punches in another 8-ball. That frame wasn't without its difficulties. Cheering on their boy. Well, you can't break much better than he has in the last two hits, and he's had precisely 0 luck. His first one he was kicked in off. Have another watch of this. Cue ball is right up and down the middle of the table. It's a tough game. It really is a tough game at times.
Yeah, frustration building there for Kyle. Tom has the chance for a 3-1 lead. It's a pretty good one as well. Yellow by the 8-ball. Will just need a little nudge, just a delicate one. He's got a couple of good balls to do it with though. One just to the left of it, most likely. We'll need to be careful when playing it though, just to make sure he doesn't knock the yellow or the 8-ball and make it awkward with the red. So it's not an absolute guarantee to go well. Gets it here. It's not perfect, but he'll take it. He'll be happy with it. Has a yellow into right centre. Could play the plant, but it's very off angle. He would absolutely love it if he was on the right hand one of those 2 yellows, but I don't think he is. Really got into that. It's the perfect angle here because he needed to be good on this ball because the gap for the next ball isn't big. Having a perfect angle on that last one just meant he was in the window for a lot longer, and that is perfect.
Well, Tom Cousins is rolling. 3-1 in front.
8 balls tracking, but he's made others.
Well, it may well be time to strap in.
Interesting layout. That 8 ball, it was tracking to the left centre, but gets stopped in its tracks. Now you can't go, a lot of people might be looking at this and thinking, oh, take the yellow-red plant to top right and then the reds are a good clearance. You can't do that. You have to go for the colour set that you're playing. So if you're playing the yellow, as you would be with that plant, you have to be trying to pop the yellow and to go yellows. You can't play that plant to go reds.
Yeah, we didn't decide both of our brows furrowed after that one, because if Tom Cousins was playing that double, he's missed it by a mile.
Well, he was the one thing I'm thinking, if he was being aggressive there, he wanted to leave an angle on this red to play the breakout, which he's got, or he would have had if he got the double right. But maybe he was playing the double off the yellow, but
that feels adventurous.
Yeah, I'm a little bit unsure, really.
What we can be certain of, though, is this is a huge opportunity now for Carl Cope.
Yeah. Same problem exists for Carl as it would have done for Tom if he had found a shot. It's the red and yellow together. He has the perfect angle now to break it out.
Well, he may even pot it.
Well, that's the thing.
If it's set as a plant, he could just cannon into it.
Yeah, but he may not want to pot it here. Yeah, he really wanted that to be careful.
Yeah, he's played that very deliberately to avoid that, hasn't he?
I think he still wanted the thicker contact. He wanted to be on it, but he didn't want to pot it, which is why he played it at such a delicate pace.
That last shot was the opposite of delicate. Thundered in.
Not easy to get on the one by his hand now to the left-hand side.
Oh, Kyle.
That was the 15 seconds of shot coming into play. Kind of rushed his thought process. Rushes Tom's a little bit as well.
I don't think Tom's a man who's ever been rushed. He could have 40 seconds to make his train on the platform and he still wouldn't break into a jog.
I'm sure of that. I don't believe there's any effort to pop that. That was just a safety, I think. No effort to play any position. There was no finish on, so I think he was just running a little bit of clock, using the jaws.
He left quite an easy snooker back, though, in return, which is slightly surprising. Although with 3 minutes and 15 seconds, maybe Tom is just happy to do a bit of battle here and just chew some clock.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. He knows it's a tough out for Kyle because of the red and yellow. He's happy. Doesn't bother him whether he leaves this red on or not.
Well, this is all eggs in one basket.
He didn't want to be hampered because he can't. It's hard to get the cannon now while playing the double.
Yeah, that may well be that. Tom may decide to keep on toying with his food.
I think he should. Just feather off the yellows and get the snooker at the top of the table. Well, not feathering off it, but putting another yellow on top of the red and happy to leave the red in play at the bottom. He was probably still trying to get the cue ball on the yellow to not leave this, but he wasn't worried if he didn't.
Well, surely this doesn't go.
No, can he get through to it and give it a ride?
Oh!
It wasn't far away.
Worth a go. But right now, pop the kettle on. Text your mate. We're going through a 6-red shootout for a spot in the last 16.
On 30, he's got 3 easy balls at the top of the table. At 15 a shot. Just one good positional shot down the table.
He's just in time.
He's going to use every second.
He really is using every second of this clock, and he may feel it's just almost the right thing to do, but...
Well, it is. He has to get out, I think, because all Kyle would need is a second. If Tom was to miss and not make this clearance, he'd need, what, 10 seconds, 15 seconds to pop the 2 balls, and a second on the clock, so...
I totally hear you. I just think he's dancing a little bit dangerously with a time foul. Yeah, Tom was never not getting out here. Question whether he needed to be so close to the zeros.
Keeps us on our toes, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Tom Cousins then wins his second match of the night, and these two will stay right where they are. It is 6-red shootout time. Cue ball and the ball you are playing must be stationary. Other balls can still be moving. A foul will introduce a 5-second penalty.
Not the best of breaks. Didn't really open for him.
That's quite a good shot. I quite like that. Now he can fly.
Could have played the plant there.
Economy of movement with the cue ball is key to a good 6-red. Not missing is the other.
Oh, he's played a moving ball. That may be a penalty. I don't know whether he was trying to play the other ball, but the ball he actually hit was moving.
I'm almost certain it will be. This is how quickly it can get away from you.
He thought about conceding there, but it's worth setting the time. You just never know. Just make sure, get the time on the board.
Well, there is the advantage to going second. Carl Cope has set a time of around about 50 seconds there.
After a sensible break.
Yeah, and you can see there he has just opened the reds up quite briskly.
He's been quite casual for the first pot.
I told you, Tom Cousins will never be rushed. It's not going to be a good 6-red shootout time by any stretch of the imagination. Helps put Brian Halcro's time into context, doesn't it, folks? But TC is going to be safely through here. No dramas. Tom Cousins picks up in 2024 where he left off in 2023 with a victory, and he advances through to the last 16 of the Ultimate Pool Champions League. Tremendous performance there from Kyle Cope, who very, very nearly bloodied the nose of the Ultimate Pool #1 on his Ultimate Pool Pro debut. But Tom Cousins qualifies through, and we'll speak to him in just a moment.